What app do you use to manage your watch list? If you're anything like me, you have a lot of things on your movies and TV watch list, and if you don't have an accurate schedule for them, you may miss something that you're very excited for. So today we're going to evaluate what applications are best to keep track of your movie and TV watch list. There are a few criteria that I am looking at here. The first part is that it has to be an iOS app. The second part is I need a widget. I want to be able to look at my home screen and be able to kind of see my schedule or see my watch list without having to dig through a ton of settings. Third is a nicety. It would be nice if there was a way to import my Letterboxd or Trakt or any other third-party service data from one place to another so it's all centralized. It also needs to handle a large library. One of the things that I use to test stress an application is SmackDown and Raw from the WWE. Those shows have been running since the 90s and have over 30 seasons in them. How easy is it to clear an application and say, I am current with this, get me up to date? Some of these applications, it's a little hard to say yes to every single episode for over 30 seasons. So I'll be taking a look at a few apps today and a couple that, while you may love them, I'm disqualifying. The first app that I want to show off is Showcase, and I am showing the date for one very important reason. One of the biggest things that I want is a very functional widget to tell me what is out right now. Now, today is the 25th, and what that does mean is that today is actually the season premiere of the relaunch of Scrubs. And as you can see here, it says that it's already aired, but it doesn't actually air until 8 p.m. tonight or available on Hulu tonight. But let's just remove it from where we're watching. So I'll go to my following and upcoming, and it's not here. So then I go to available. Like, hey, this is great. Okay, I am behind on The Rookie, and I did miss an episode of Shrinking, but where is Scrubs? It just premiered. It's not on my upcoming. It's not available. Where did it go? I know this seems like a nitpicky thing, but I forget the day that things come out, so I want to stay on top of them. Minus that little quirk, I love the UI of this, and again, a focus of making sure that I know what's coming out when. So I can see that the pit is in one day, or special events like this. The Season 2 premiere of Monarch is in one day as of recording this video, or the finale of SmackDown. But it puts everything into one view, including things like a movie, like Project Hail Mary is coming out in 23 days, and I'm very excited about this. And if I tap Project Hail Mary and I want to know more about it, like I want to show a trailer, it's there, or I want to see the cast, the crew, or other things done by that director. Lord and Miller, you gotta know they're in some good stuff. Something really great about this app that a few others have also is the ability to import some of your data. This one from Letterboxd or Trakt. This is really great if you already have a huge infrastructure set up for these things, including things like a watch list, so it'll automatically import it, and then that way this can become your de facto watch list application. That's a really great thing, but please put the stuff that's happening today somewhere in this application, or at least make it on the widget so I can see it from my home screen. I do want to give an honorable mention to Binge. First off, Binge has a ton of widgets that you can pick from, and we know that is one of the most important things that I'm looking for right now in an application. But it is still separated by TV and by movies. And as you can see, I have already watched Scrubs. It has come and gone, so the next episode of TV that I have to watch is The Pit, and you can see my movie watch list here. Now, Binge does give you a bunch of different options to manage in the application, but one of my favorite things about this is that you can import from a slew of different places, from IMDb, Letterboxd, and Trakt, or if you just have a file, you can go ahead and do that. So you can get your whole watch history put into there. I also love the fact that this has a random button right here. So I can just go to random button and say, hey, show me a movie. And it's got the Ruck March. I've never heard of this before. So I can go ahead and scroll down and say, hey, what are the reviews? Who's the cast? And decide if I actually want to add this to my watch list or not. There is one fun little feature about this application as well. If you scroll down, you can actually see that It will alert you if there's a jump scare within certain movies. I'm assuming this is based off of a database. It is behind a paywall, but as you can see here, the prices are pretty reasonable, and there is an option to just pay once and have the application, which is always a welcome feature. So Binge, you definitely get an honorable mention and may stay in the rotation if I decide that my number one pick is not the way to go. Now, I do understand that these next two are very popular, but I kind of disqualified them on two very different grounds. The first one is Trakt. As you know, you can import that data into other applications, so it's obviously very popular. But when you look at becoming a VIP member to get some additional features, it is $6 a month. And that's just not worth the value. So I'm sorry, I tried you. Your widget was okay, but no. The next one was Sofa. And I'll be honest, I really wanted to give this a shot. It is trying to be an everything app. Throw everything, podcast player, movies, books, random ideas. It's very cool if you want to have like every thought you've ever had and every podcast in one spot. If you want the mega super awesome, let's figure out where my whole life is application, I swear Sofa does it better than anybody else, but it's just way too complicated for what I'm looking for. These 4 applications were also recommended to me, and while they are pretty good, the fundamental flaw for this evaluation is they don't have a widget. I'm not saying that they are bad apps or that they're not great for doing this kind of thing, but I want something that has quick, digestible information right on the home screen. And while I appreciate the evaluation for them and they have some good features, they're not what I'm looking for. So unfortunately, they are disqualified for this round. But if you feel that I've made an egregious mistake and that I should reconsider them, please just let me know in the comments. And here is the application that I'm going to be using moving forward. Q. The thing that sold me on Q was the number one thing that I wanted, a very easy, understandable widget that shows me multiple things. So I can see that even though it's today, even though it's coming out, Scrubs is on the list. Tomorrow is The Pitt and Monarch. I'm going to be a very busy couch potato, as well as seeing Raw and SmackDown on there as well. So I can see what's coming up all the way in the future, and movies pop up on this also. So if you open the application, you can actually see what's on the queue. And you can say things like how to make a killing, which I still have yet to see. Someone please tell me if it's good. You can also do this helpful help me decide game, which is really interesting because you can just use this card style to figure out what you want to watch and make a decision if you want to add it to your watch list. So you can say, nope, haven't seen that. I kind of want to see the substance. Of course I saw Thor, I did see Venom the Last Dance, and I have seen Smallville. So we're going to stop there. So now that I've done the swipe, now it says, okay, you said you saw these things, rank them. Did not like Venom the Last Dance. I loved Smallville. And you can write a full review there. I'll press continue. Now, hey, I said I wanted to see the substance. So I can just tap add to my queue, and now it's on my queue. So here I have quite a few things on my queue list, and let's say I don't know what I want to watch. I can just go ahead and do a spin, and it will randomly select something for me to watch. Ooh, I actually really want to see this. I've heard fantastic things, and there is a trailer up here, and where I can watch it. There is a Q Plus, which does offer different features on it, including things like asking AI or a customized app icon or a bonus for it. And the plans on it are pretty good. Gotta love having a lifetime subscription, $100 one time or $4 a month. But I've been using this for a while, and I absolutely love doing it without any kind of additional subscription. Another feature of Q is that you can link your streaming service to the app so that when you watch something, it notes it and takes it off your queue. So you can hook it up to your popular streaming services. Now, whether you want to do that is entirely up to you. I have tested it with HBO Max. Sorry, I forgot what they're calling it this month. They'll probably change the name. And my Apple TV, but I haven't given it access to everything yet. So it's up to you, but I do like the fact that it has that feature built into it. Now, if you do have an existing watch list that you can export to plain text, it does have the ability to copy and paste a list of titles into there. So not as good as some of the other applications of taking my Letterboxd or my Trakt services and putting it into this. But again, it's all about knowing what I can watch, when I can watch it, and this application just takes the cake in a very easy, simplified way. Okay, there it is. I've picked Q to live on my home screen. Now, a couple developers did reach out and say, hey, would you be willing to test my application? And if it's in test flight, I didn't want to include this in there because it's not entirely fair to judge an application that isn't complete yet. And I've already shared some feedback to you. So, if you make changes to your application, please let me know and I'll happily reevaluate this. Or if you just thought I made the complete wrong decision and there's a better application out there that does everything I'm looking for, tell me and I'm glad to change my mind if it works. Thank you so much for checking this video out, and I hope you have a good time in managing your watch list. I'll see you at the movies.